what is yours? What's your favorite question?
Are you going to be complicit or courageous?
Ooh, that's a pretty stark choice that you're presenting people there.
Yeah, because when we're talking about ways that we use our own privilege in terms of either helping others, right, of being an ally and support, every day we get to choose. We can be complicit in these systems that hold people back, or we can be courageous and figure out how we use our own privilege to help dismantle them. So that's my question.
I love it.
Today, were you complicit or were you courageous?
So when and how do you ask somebody that? Because that is a pretty take your breath away sort of question. It's jolting. It's provocative. I mean, I'm just curious to know when you lay that on the table in front of somebody. I mean, is it? Yeah, that's the question.
It's usually when people are saying that they saw something happen and they wanted to act, but they didn't. And we kind of talk about ways that they could have shown up differently in that situation. How do you be a better ally? And so the next time this opportunity comes your way, I want you to ask yourself, are you going to be courageous or are you going to be complicit?
How do you help people act? Because I've seen some science that says often all it takes is one person to act to get everybody to act. But the hard thing is to get that first person to take the step to say, oh, this needs to be sorted. Because once somebody else is doing it, everybody else goes, oh, you're right, that does need to be fixed in some way. Do you have any insights as to how you can help me and maybe the others listening do a better job at having the courage to be the first person to act?
Well, I think it depends on what's happening. I think we all have our values and how are we living our values?
Right.
And if we're living our values, and our values are justice and our values is, caring about community, then what does that mean? And how does that mean we show up? But the real thing is this, it's like a muscle. So we have to practice it. So we have a mutual friend, Pamela Slim.
Of course, we love her.
For years, right? We love her, who's for years has done all kinds of martial arts. And one of the reasons that you practice so much until it becomes rote is so that you do it without thinking.
Right.
And the same thing is with this. We have to practice. So we have to practice in all these little ways. We have to stop letting things pass without saying something.
Right.
So if I see someone and they may be someone, say I'm in a store and someone says something kind of rude and racist to someone else, I don't even have to acknowledge the person that said it, but I will go up to the person who it was said to and say, hey, I see you. You okay?
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Just acknowledging in that moment that what's happening is not normal.
Right.
Nor acceptable behavior.
I love that. That's great. It reminds me of the saying that, we do not rise to the occasion, we fall to the level of our training. And that whole piece around, okay, so it's hard to act contrary to the way we behaved before, to be courageous, to step into that difficult, awkward, kind of provocative situation that might be unfolding in front of you. And just hearing you say that gives me a strategy right away to go, I could do that. I could do that next time I hear something like that happen.
Well, and the other thing, Michael, is this. We worry so much about making mistakes.
Right.
And so I have a really good friend, Erica Hines, who says all the time, in doing any of this work, you have to be humble and ready to fumble. We have to know that making a mistake is going to be really a part of it we do. So maybe you don't do it right the first time. Right. That doesn't mean you don't do it the second time.
Right. So giving yourself the kind of the grace and the space to just be able to kind of stumble around and go, I'm going to get better at this. The first.
Yeah, it was awkward. What I said was kind of crazy. People didn't get it. Right. But that's okay because next time, this is what I'm going to do differently, and this is how it's going to be better.
Fantastic. That's a great question. So that takes us back. Say the question for us one more time, Desiree, so people really hear it.
So the question is, are you going to be courageous or complicit?
Beautiful. Hey, it's MBS here. My newsletter is The Works with MBS. Every week I do a short distillation of something essential that will unlock your greatness. You can sign up at mbs.works.